All right. All right, everyone. This is meant to be the mastermind for agents that are 11 units or more in a year. And hopefully some of those folks will come on momentarily. While you guys are on the line, let's talk about you and your business. Talk to me about how you guys are navigating all of this.
Pretty right now, I've been switching spots around the house, trying to find kind of the best bunker type area pretty much to where I can keep my distractions down, which has been a challenge for me.
What about your activity? Are you guys both out there? Remember we talked about splitting your day between learning and generating leads. How are we doing?
I'm way too heavy on the learning side.
Same here. I haven't gotten into the actual lead generation of things.
Okay. What are you learning? Let's talk about that.
Let's see. Pretty much all the Zoom calls. So how to deal with what we're going through and stay afloat. All these Zoom calls have been great that we've had at 11, and command. I've been getting more in depth with command, working on going through each tab, spending 30 minutes on each tab or so. Learning different things, so spending time in designs, opportunities, on Connect, watching videos.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how blunt would you like me to be with you?
All the way 10.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't want you to become an expert in a program for a real estate company you can no longer afford to be a part of.
Right.
Okay. So how can we get you into action for lead generation? You know enough right now to go find some people to work with.
Yes.
Okay. So no learning for another couple of days. I want you to focus entirely on creating business.
Got it.
Between now and the end of the week. Fair?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many leads do you think you can generate in the next couple of days?
Let's see. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah. How big is your database right now?
It's 100. I'd say 100 people that I know for sure. 70.
And how many of those people have you talked to on the phone in the last month?
Last month, probably about 25, 30.
Okay. Every single person needs a call from you before the end of this week.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to ask them?
Check in, see how they're doing, offer any way I can help. And if they were people that I know that were looking to make a move sometime in the future, educate them on what the market's doing right now.
Okay. What is the market doing right now?
It's still moving. It hasn't sunk.
Give me some examples.
I
want more than that. And
okay.
You said I could be a 10, right?
Yep.
That's what an amateur would say.
Okay.
Okay. A professional would give me some numbers.
Okay.
So have you looked up in FMLS lately what the number of pendings or number of actives or number of homes that have closed in the last 7 days? Mr. and Mrs. Smith, would it surprise you to know that in the last 7 days, there's been 2,185 new listings, 1,857 of them have gone under contract, and 1,968 have closed?
Right. And I just pulled it up now. So yeah,
amateur, that's from Monday, that's from yesterday, but an amateur would say the market's okay, or the market's good, it hasn't like collapsed yet. That's not good enough.
Okay.
You gotta have some numbers.
Okay.
So the company I work for, we have numerous Zoom calls every day to make sure that we're handling this safely and properly and professionally.
Right.
You got to give them confidence.
Okay.
Okay. What else are you going to do this week?
Outside of calling database in terms of generating leads.
Yep.
Let's call FizzBoss.
You're going to call FizzBoss?
Mm-hmm.
How many FizzBoss are you going to call?
Let's make it five a day. So that'd be
on a scale of 1 to 10. How committed are you to calling 5 FizzBoss each day?
9.
What would make it a 10?
Practicing my scripts. So I'll have to call up a script partner.
Who's your script partner?
I need to pick one.
Alexandria, do you have a script partner?
No, I don't formally have a script partner. I have 2 accountability partners. Sounds good.
Would you like to be Tevin's script partner?
Sure.
Tevin is trying to buy a big van kind of thing with handicap access for a cousin, and he needs to make sure that he stays on task or he's going to be broke.
Okay.
Are you ready for that responsibility?
Yeah, I can keep him on track.
Okay. Tevin, tell her exactly what you need to stay on track.
I need some script practice. I need some accountability. So we can set up a time where you and me can chat and discuss goals and whatnot. And
do it right now. I don't see you guys enough on these Zoom calls. We do them every day at 8:30 now.
Well, I still have to work full time. I'm actually logged in right now, so.
Okay.
Been trying to.
I want to make sure that you guys are participating as much as possible.
Right.
So even if it's, shouting out a message to the group once a day or once every couple of days, just stay active, because the more you're involved in the community, the better everything will be. And we have these new coffee sessions at 3:00 every day where you guys can come in and talk about whatever you guys want to.
Okay.
So Alexandria, tell us a little bit about your real estate efforts lately.
I've been able to attend more of the training. So like the ones that are on the KW website that they're doing every day. Yeah, I've been making an effort to attend the trainings as much as possible. I've been reading the Millionaire Real Estate. I've been reading the Shift book. I think for me, the thing with lead generation, I just feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough, I guess, to feel comfortable being like, oh yeah, let me be your agent right now. So I guess I have to get over that confidence hurdle.
Okay, let me work with you for a second on that. Okay. What specifically do you not feel confident about?
Specifically off the top of my head, I could say if I were to get a client, I would not feel comfortable writing a contract.
Okay. Do you believe that there are a lot of people in this community, including myself and including Tevin probably, that could help you with that contract?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't ever need to have that problem again.
Okay.
Okay. Plus, if you look on Facebook, Susan has a video on pretty much all the basic contracts.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to watch those so you know exactly how to fill them out.
What group is it in?
I think it's called Susan's Videos is what it's called. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Might.
Okay. Susan's Videos. I believe it was shared to the Roswell page too.
Okay. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
So those are videos on contracts.
Okay.
What else?
I guess just the actual act of lead generation. I think social media is a good medium for me.
Okay.
So I guess I just have to go ahead and put some campaigns together and post and pay.
What about your network? Your friends on Facebook, do they know you're in real estate?
Yeah, I actually posted my pictures that I took because I did go and assist with an open house 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
And I also got my headshots done that day. So I actually got a really good response. I got like about 150 likes on it, about 20 shares.
Wow.
And I even talked to a few people who don't actually, I'm a military, or I was military dependent, so I moved around a lot. So I know people in a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually do a couple of calls with people this past weekend, as far as individuals who are looking to purchase a home in the near future that may be in other states, so I could use that as a referral.
Yep.
And I just kind of broke down the process as far as what they need to do to prepare themselves as a first-time home buyer.
Okay. And did you add all those people to your database with notes about what their motivations are and who's in their family and what they can afford and all of that?
No, I did not add it that detailed. I did add them to my database though.
You need to know what their blood type is if they'll give it to you.
Okay.
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 That the basics of how to reach them and what their needs are is not detailed. That is basic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you got to keep them all straight, right? One of them wants to buy in August, one of them wants to buy in September, one of them wants to buy in February, one of them is in Chicago, one of them's in Milwaukee, one of them's in Phoenix. I mean, you got too much data to keep in your head. You got to get it on paper.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Just so I know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how honest can I be with you?
10.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. How many homes are you hoping to sell this year?
7 to 10.
7 to 10.
Yes.
Okay. What happens if you do not sell any?
Then I won't make any money selling homes.
Will you be able to stay in the home you're in and eat and all that?
Yes.
Okay. So that can sometimes be an even bigger challenge, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because you are good, but not great.
Right.
Right. And therefore, and Tevin, this may apply to you as well, right? If you don't make any money from real estate, let me, if you don't mind me asking this publicly, Tevin, if you don't make any money selling homes this year, how will that affect your life?
It would keep me on the path that I was on, which wasn't a good one financially. It would, I don't know, it'd be crushing, not just on the financial side, but just on the fact that I told everybody that this is what I was going to do, and to not, pull through on that for myself. And that'd be the most disappointing part, I think, failing myself and people like my mom and people who I said I'd be able to do big things. I'd be able to help them out in the future.
Okay.
If that was, I don't know if that was the kind of answer you're looking for, but
yeah, it was. What I want both of you to understand is I want you to be able to connect the activities that you must do each day to the ability to get what you want.
Right. And that's definitely my issue. I'm, like how I said, I've been spending more time learning because I'm in that, I gotta feel like I have every single piece in line before getting there. And that I know in the back of my head, that's not necessary. And I have to break out of that.
Well, I know why you're learning. It's because there's not much accountability there.
Right.
What does have accountability is if you get on the telephone with potential strangers, where you get yourself involved in a conversation with somebody that you love and trust, and you're stumped. You just got to get over that.
Right.
You need to call everyone you know and ask them how they're doing. Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. Okay. Because people, no matter what's going on out there, people still need a place to live, and they're either going to buy it or they're going to rent it. And the cool thing is everyone uses our product.
Right.
Right. So Alexandria, what are you going to do with the income that you make from selling 7 to 10 homes?
Quit my job.
Okay. How much do you love your job?
I don't love it.
How bad is it?
I mean, it's not bad, but I don't love it.
What don't you love about it?
It's just not, it's not what I want to do.
What's that mean?
Like customer service for someone else's company.
So you don't like doing customer service, or you don't like working for somebody else's company?
I don't like doing customer service for someone else's company.
You like doing customer service for your own company?
Yeah, I would.
Good. You're going to do a lot of it.
Right. And I feel like, you know, with that, I feel like my income would reflect what I feel like I'm worth. So.
All right. Can you guys both come on the film? What did we learn today with Robert? If you hide behind your name, you got to get comfortable on the Skype or on Zoom. You're going to have to use it a lot.
Oh, you want us to open our video?
Yeah.
Oh man, I look a little crazy today.
If Tevin looks crazy, look at him.
Hi, Tevin.
Tevin, I can't hear you, sir.
Mute.
I hit mute and then hit video at the same time. I'm saying, hey, Alexandria, nice to meet you.
You too.
All right, welcome. You guys are partners now.
Come here.
All right, look at that. Look at that man, Tevin. He needs your accountability.
Oh, I was.
Okay.
It's my baby.
Hey.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. What is your name?
Her name is Azariah.
Azariah. I love it.
Thank you. Uh-oh.
Tevin.
Yes, sir.
She needs accountability. Look at her. Don't let her slip.
You back.
She's got big goals.
I got you
All right.
back.
Alexandria, look up at Tevin. That man needs accountability. Don't let him slip.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
Serious. Okay. What is it about working for somebody else's company you don't like?
I don't like somebody having the authority over how I live my life, what I can do, when I can do it. It's just not my thing. I cannot get this open.
Okay. Tevin, is that how you feel?
Yep. That's what I came in here for.
The good thing is you guys have real estate licenses that allow you to make a bunch of money and work whenever you feel like working.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, you guys may have heard me say this before, and you both agreed to attend, and then you agreed again when I double checked. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby.
Yep.
Okay. If you get in there and you do what you got to do, you put your headset on, you make the calls, you take good notes, you don't let anything slip through the cracks, you're constantly learning, then you will have results that you never dreamed you could have.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tevin, you've been around the office a while. You know how much we get paid? Aren't there some people making a lot of money that you don't think are all that smart?
I could say so, yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the things that drove me crazy when I started.
Right.
I looked around and I said, wait a second. You're not all that smart. How are you making all this money? You know? Because I think we were taught to think that only smart people make money.
Right.
It has nothing to do with it. What the people who make the money are the people who walk in the door and say, okay, how do I do this? And then they go do it.
Right.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I hold you guys accountable? Because I'd love to see you. I know you have other obligations. I know you have family. I know you're at home and all that. But if there's anything that I can ask of you, it's to be as active and present as possible.
Right.
Okay. The more you interact with the community, the more you're on these phone calls, the more confidence you'll have, and you'll see, you'll be able to celebrate your successes and others, big or small, and you'll be able to learn from everyone's mistakes, including your own. Okay.
Right.
All right. What else are we struggling with?
Let's see. Well, I got a partner, so that was one of the things I had wrote down.
Okay, let's schedule something right now. I want to watch you guys schedule. When are you having your accountability meeting?
So I have availability today after 7. With
Okay.
no distractions.
Okay.
Because my baby, she's going with her grandmother for the night because it's her birthday. So if you wanted to get together, like
7:15.
7:30, yeah, 7:15, 7:30 works.
Okay. Let's do 7:30.
Okay.
7:30, right?
Yes, sir. Tonight.
Beautiful. All right. And then I also want you to talk about your goals.
Right.
Okay. Because your goals are going to dictate what activities you're holding yourself accountable to, or holding each other accountable to. So have you both done the economic model?
I'm working on mine right now.
Okay. Will you do it and send it to me as soon as you possibly can?
Yes.
Okay. Alexandria, have you done yours?
No, I haven't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay. In the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, the first model is called the economic model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it talks about, essentially, it takes the amount of money that you want to make and spits out how many appointments or contacts you need to make each day. So until you understand what you need to do, what the activities you need to do to get 7 to 10 closings, it ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got to know what the daily activities are behind that. If you go onto the the YouTube page, you will see there's a ton of videos. Have you guys looked on that?
Yes. Our YouTube page?
Yes.
PC group? Yes.
So there's some videos on the economic model, and it'll walk you through everything.
Okay.
Okay. So by the end of tomorrow, when you guys talk at 7:30 tomorrow night, I want you to look at your economic models together. Okay.
Okay.
And call me or text me or send me a message if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you need some help. Okay.
Gotcha.
Because what we need to do is we then need to say, okay, well, we're going to have 20 appointments this year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next question is, where are those going to come from? Right. And you're going to talk, are those going to come from your database? Or are those going to come from your, from for sale by owners? Are they going to come from social media ads? Are they going to come from your neighborhood? Right. Where are those coming from? Then the next thing we're going to do is essentially talk about how we're going to keep all that stuff organized. Right. Systems and models. Then we're going to talk about our 135 and our 411. Do you guys have 135s or 411s?
I think so, because I just feel the ramp up.
Yeah.
So I believe I filled one out.
Okay. Will you send it to me and I'll take a look at it?
Okay.
I'll send you mine as well. I'll send you mine as well.
Okay, good. Because we want to turn that into a 4-on-1. Just to make sure that you send me the best copy you have, is make sure that the things on the 135, they need to be tied to numbers. So for example, add people to my database is not specific enough.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be like add 50 people to my database
per month or something.
Per month, yeah.
Or add 2 people per day or whatever it is.
Okay.
And if it's something like a project, like learn how to use Zoom for a buyer presentation or something like that, that if it's a project, it needs to have a deadline. So do you both have Zoom accounts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. practice messing around with it.
Okay.
So you might want to get on Zoom together, you guys, and say, all right, it's Alexandria's turn to present a buyer presentation, and rehearse that and say, okay, now I'm going to share a document with you. Can you see my screen? Okay, here's some data from Chart Masters. Here's the homes that I want to, here's how we would conduct a search. We're on a listing. Here are the homes that are the most comparable to your home. See how the pictures are here, and the you know, data on the home is here, and all that, right? You're going to actually work with the tool. Okay.
Right.
One of the analogies that I used yesterday is I said, like, when let's say when a football player goes and practices, what do they do when they're practicing? Do they practice at half speed, or do they practice at full speed?
Full speed.
Do they practice with their equipment on or without their equipment on?
Their equipment.
Okay.
With 4 days out of the week.
That's right. That's right. And so what is our preparation? Hi. What is our preparation, right? Our preparation should be studying the scripts, should be getting our mindset correct, should be figuring out how to increase our energy, right? Should be practicing the presentation, so we're not practicing it on the appointment that we finally booked. Hi.
Right.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We need to be like her, just get on the phone and say hi.
That's right. She's comfortable talking to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Okay. What questions do you have for me right now?
Okay, so by tomorrow, or should we say Thursday, since we're planning on meeting together again tomorrow evening?
For
you guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have some deliverables you want us to present you with.
Mm-hmm. Economic model.
Yeah, the economic model, and then we have our script practicing, and we said to, you know, like practice buyer presentations. So
we can, tonight when we first talk, we can kind of go match each other's schedules up, and we can schedule times for when we're going to do script practice. And
right. Or you guys could probably do the economic model together on the phone. If you look at the one that if you look at the one that is on in the Google Drive, it's all automated.
Okay.
Right. So as you change one thing, everything else changes. So literally, you type in your income and what percentage of your business is buyers and what percentage of your business is sellers, and what your average sales price is. You're already done with it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Talk to me about other stuff. Do you have any other reservations that are preventing you from doing what you need to do each day?
No, I think I said what my main one was. I just got to get the scripts down.
Yeah.
Which scripts are you going to study first?
For me, actually first I'm going to be FSBOs and a mix of the sphere call for checking up on everybody.
Good.
Since that'll be my two focuses this week.
Alexandria, what about you?
I would also like to go over FSBOs and maybe buyer objections.
Great. There's also some scripts in the Google Drive that are on there. I think they're listed under pivot, which are relevant to the coronavirus stuff. Like people that are hesitating to buy, you might want to work through those as well.
Okay.
Okay. It sounds like you guys have got this stuff figured out. What can I do to support you right now?
Go ahead.
Any any lead generation tips you have that, you felt worked best for you, or any best practices with that?
You got to call everyone you know and just say hello. Check in with them. It's the quality is in the quantity right now.
Okay.
Okay. You just gotta do it. You just gotta get on the telephone. Hi. Take your daughter around and in the neighborhood. Walk around and say hi to people. Hi. And when you ask questions about those people, hey, how you doing? Is everyone safe? Is there anything I can do for you? How are you? Is your work being affected? And they're like, yeah. And then they'll say, well, how is your work? You're like, well, gosh, I'm on calls all day with my accountability partner and my brokerage working on launching my business. Right? What business are you talking about? Real estate. Know anyone wants to buy anything, sell anything, or invest in anything? Got any questions? Right? Let me get your contact information. I'll give you my mobile app.
All right. There's plenty of people out walking around in the neighborhoods.
Right. Also, we're reading Shift as a group.
Yeah.
We just finished chapter 4 or tactic 4. So please continue to read through that. That's going to get you in the proper mindset.
Okay.
Because more than likely we are going to be moving into a shift right now.
They already said hi.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, you're just so friendly. Yeah, I have a physical copy and I have it on my a PDF on my computer as well.
Awesome. Hi. Okay. You guys make sure you commit to a certain time that you don't let each other down, okay?
Right.
Seriously. Tevin, don't let her down.
I won't.
All right. Alexandria, don't let him down. Okay. Hang on 1 second, Jenny. All right. I got Jenny coming on as well. How are you, Jenny?
I am good. How are y'all?
Good. We're just kind of wrapping up a little motivational talk for Tevin and for Alexandria. When do we get to see your face?
Well, not today because I am driving and I am not presentable.
How is everyone in your world?
They're good. They're good. My children are sleeping late because they're older, and all is well. They stay up all night though, so that's hard.
Cool.
And they're doing schoolwork. They're doing their schoolwork. So
I think everyone is getting overwhelmed with all these Skype opportunities or Zoom opportunities, and they're trying to figure out which ones to hop on and getting them all confused and all that kind of stuff. So
yes, right. My children are doing tons of Zoom too. Everybody's Zooming.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what you're encountering right now. How are things going well? How are things not going well? Talk to me.
With me, Jenny?
Yeah.
Well, I have been very, very, very slack. I've been trying to learn a lot, being on these Zoom calls, but I have not called my sphere, and I've got to start. That's why I'm on the phone with you today, Bill.
Okay. Well, I just laid into these other two.
Uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how honest would you like me to be with you?
10.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Are you really sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
You can take it.
The people that are in touch with your that are active in the market right now, right?
Yes.
That are out there, either checking in on their people, trying to figure out if everyone's safe and healthy, that are loving on their database, that are adding people to their database. Those are the people that are going to come out of this adjustment with tons of opportunity and strengthened relationships.
Oh, for sure. Go ahead.
If you sit on the sidelines right now and you treat it like a vacation, it will pay you like you've been on vacation, which is not that great.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right. And I will tell you something else, and you guys can all hear this. I saw a line a number of years ago that has resonated with me ever since that says, your clients are your competitors' prospects. Right. So Jenny, you hear that?
That's good.
Right. So let's say, Jenny, you help somebody buy a home that was not not somebody from your sphere, right? Somebody that was a little bit more detached from that, maybe a referral from your sphere, not like a long-term friend or something like that, right? That you only had somewhat of a weak connection with, but you did a transaction with them a couple years ago, right? What's going to make that person come back to you?
Okay. Yep. Nothing, because I'm not talking to them. So I got to get on it. Yep.
Right. And do you think that the experience of getting that person reconnected to you will be more painful or less painful than a complete stranger?
Less painful.
I agree. And which is more expensive?
And what is more expensive?
Is it more expensive potentially to go find a brand new person or to re-engage with the person that already had a successful transaction with you?
Re-engage. Yep.
Of course. No. It's more expensive to go find a complete stranger. Right?
Yes, that's right. I mean, yes. I'm sorry. Wait just a minute, Billy.
Okay. So if one is less stressful and coincidentally less work and less awkward and less expensive, which types of people should we be re-engaging first?
Yes, our sphere, for sure.
And what happens if somebody else engages your sphere right now?
Say that again.
And what happens if they, if during this time of, struggle or whatever you want to call it, what happens if somebody else is engaging that particular person and offers that person an app or offers that person a CMA?
I'm going to lose them.
Yeah. What if somebody knocks on the door and says, hey, is there anybody here that needs me to go grocery shopping for them?
Oh, yeah, I know. I need to do that. That's a great idea. I hadn't thought about this grocery shop.
No, I'm saying, what happens if I were to go knock on that person's door and say, hey, I'd love to do some grocery shopping for you. I heard there's an old person who lives here.
Oh yeah, they would love you, and they would start to use you, and they would talk about you.
And what would happen to you?
I would lose the opportunity.
That's right. Now, if that happened 50 times, how valuable is your business?
I got it. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me, sorry.
Right.
Yes, I've got to become valuable to them.
Right. So right now, because you probably haven't earned, I'm still on a 10, right?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Because you haven't earned the right to call them and out of the blue ask for business, you got to call them and make more deposits.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah.
Right. So for example, so I don't bank at Bank of America. Okay. It's been a long time since I've had an account there. It's closed and I haven't done business at Bank of America in a long time. So what would happen if I walked into Bank of America and I asked for some money? I said, hey, I'm William Linkwald. I'd like some money.
That's a good point, Bill.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, who the hell are you?
Right.
I'm like, probably the first question they'd say is, what's your name and what's your account number?
Right.
And I would say, well, I don't have an account here. And they would say, well, why are you coming to us for money? Right? You've never made any deposits here, so you're not able to make any withdrawals here. Right?
Right.
But if I went into Wells Fargo, where I've made a lot of deposits in a lot of different accounts,
they know
I'd go up to the clerk and I'd say, I'd like some money. And they say, which account number would you like it to come out of? Right?
That's a good nugget.
Because I got money there and money there and money there and money there, right?
Right.
So you got to pour into your people before you start asking them for stuff.
I totally agree with that. Yep.
So the more time that goes by between now and the time you can ask them for stuff, it's going to be longer between now and the time you get paid.
Right. Yep.
So,
and I think now more than ever is an opportunity and the other thing is by calling my sphere and saying, I feel like more than ever, I have something to offer because I have experience and knowledge because I've been doing so much training and learning through this about what to do. And I feel like that if they don't use me and if they don't, use an agent that is educated and trained, then That's terrible.
Well, let me give you another statistic. So the average real estate agent in Atlanta sells about 3 houses a year.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this isn't commentary on whether that's a lot or a little or anything like that, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the income that you would make from selling 3 houses is less than the income that the average agent desired to make when they got into the business. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Is that fair, Alexandria? Okay. So let's say you make $25,000 by having 3 sales, and you pay your broker, and now you're down to about 15. Then you pay the tax man, and now you're down to about 10.
Okay.
I just don't think anyone got into the business to net $10,000.
Right.
I just don't think that's true. I think that's bullshit.
Right.
Completely bullshit.
Right. I agree.
And you're not making enough money to only have that as your job, which means now you are taking time away from your family and taking time away from the real estate efforts to go outside and make other money somewhere else, right?
That's a good point. Yep.
So now you're even more distracted, and you have less time to devote to being an expert on contracts in the marketplace and negotiations and the inventory and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So the average real estate agent in Atlanta, quite frankly, is no good.
That's right.
Right? Because they're not focused, and they're not well trained, and they're not serious about their business. And I've said this a number of times in these groups, is if you treat it like a habit, it will pay you like a habit if you're lucky. Right? Now, if you've done well in your business, so you can agree with this statement, but if you treat it like a business, you will be absolutely amazed at the results you can achieve. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Our paychecks are pretty big. I signed a $42,000 check the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. One agent.
That's great.
$42,000. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Now with that said, there's also another statistic that said the average buyer, and about 2/3 of the time, a buyer only interviewed one agent, and about 70% of the time, the average seller only interviewed one agent. So what does that tell us? More often than not, the average consumer that stumbles upon an average agent is going to be matched with an agent that has no clue what they're doing.
And it's the biggest purchase of their life. It makes no sense.
Like literally, people will spend more time deciding if they want a number 1 or a number 2 at McDonald's than they will determining who their advisor is going to be on the largest investment they're ever going to make.
Yes, now is not the time to use your neighbor's daughter's sister's aunt.
That's right. So that begs the question, Jenny, why would they use you? Right.
Right.
So you need to be able to
articulate. Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, I didn't pull the numbers today, but I'll tell you the numbers from yesterday. Okay. Yesterday, I looked up in FMLS, and you can do this anytime you want, how many active listings, or how many new listings, I should say, were available in the previous 7 days. So yesterday I looked up 7 days prior, how many new listings? 2,185.
Wow. Homes, residents?
Yep. Pending listings, so the ones that went under contract, 1,857.
Gosh.
And
does that mean there were 3,000 something before they went under contract in 7 days?
Say that one more time.
Does that mean that they all went under contract in 7 days in the past 7 days?
It doesn't necessarily mean that, but because like, let's say you have this many that are active, and you had like this subset of that's new within the last 7 days. The 1,857 could include some of those, but it probably also included some of the others. It's just, we had 1,857 homes go under contract.
That's great. That's crazy.
And we had 1,968 homes sell. So let me ask you a question, Jenny.
It's almost even ratio. It's almost even.
You're right.
All of it.
You're right. But interestingly enough, what does that tell us? That tells us that the market is still very active, right? This is spring market, right? You have people that have been waiting months to sell or waiting months to buy. Interest rates are incredibly low. So it's a great time for a buyer to buy. This is my daughter, Miriam Shana. Do you want to say hello?
Hi.
Oh, hello.
That's Ginny.
Hi, darling.
Mommy took that
Hello.
picture.
Hey,
actually. Do
hi, this is Jenny.
you like that?
Yeah, your mom took the picture. It had a lot of Photoshop on that picture. Yep.
So it's a great time to buy. Interest rates are low. It's also a great time to sell. Prices are higher now than they were at the last boom 12 years ago, right? And we've been basically in an upcycle for like almost what would that be? Like almost 8 or 9 years, which is higher than normal, or which is longer than normal. So you could make an argument for buyers or sellers.
No.
You can make an argument for buyers or sellers to be in the market right now, taking action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody
sure.
says, you
For
know,
sure.
oh, I just don't think anyone's going to be buying the home during coronavirus. Say, hey, would it surprise you to know that in the last 1 week, there's been over 2,000 new listings and just shy of 1,900 homes have gone under contract. I've been trying to sell my damn town home for damn near a year, and it finally went under contract last night. So you're telling me that people
Really?
aren't out there in the marketplace? That's not true. So, Mr. Seller, do you think that the price is going to be higher today or higher in a month when we have a lot more cases of coronavirus and things are even more dire because more people have lost their jobs?
Well, and it's not necessarily because people don't believe in the market. It's just because they're trying to contend with the virus, like with a family member being sick or something. They're kind of taken away from it. Not necessarily that they are fearful, but, you know, we may see a dip just because of that, like what you're saying, the residual things
Right.
from the virus.
And you have this other issue, which is all this uncertainty about financing, right? So now is not the time to like strong arm your sellers into selling or strong arm your buyers into buying. We don't make decisions for people when they buy or sell homes. We deliver all the necessary and pertinent facts and consult with them based on their degree of motivation, their degree of need, right? And help them make the most strategic choice while protecting their interest all along the way.
You know what I did yesterday, Bill? I did the Marty Miller 66-day challenge where you learn about command.
Yeah.
And well, I'm only on day 22, but I did 22 of them, and today I'll do 22. But so one of the things I learned was about that multi-offer way that you can compare the offers in command. Have you seen? I love that, where you can present to your seller or your buyer or your seller, I guess, the different offers. Yeah. And the strengths and weaknesses of them. I thought that was neat when you said something about the offers.
I love that. So what I'm trying to say, the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is that you have to figure out why your person would come to you. Okay. So we just finished talking about tactic 4 and shift, right? And it talks about marketing and prospecting and how you need a prospecting based business or a prospecting based and marketing enhanced business. But prospecting is going out and getting the people to come, going out and getting them, right? That's like circle prospecting or hosting an open house or FSBOs or expireds or something like that. Marketing should be a supportive role to that, but it's also, that's when you put out a message and have them come to you. That you have less control over it. It's more expensive, right?
Yes, that's true.
And so what I recommend doing right now is being super prospecting heavy, because the more conversations you have, the more you'll learn about how people are feeling out in the marketplace, and the more relationships you'll get a chance to strengthen. So if somebody's having is really worried about their income or something like that, and like the facts that you share about the marketplace are not helping them like get into action, that's fine. Just develop the relationship, right?
Right.
And show them the app or teach them something about the market that they don't know, or to listen to them, right? But meanwhile, you're writing down all the things you need to write down so that the next time you call based on the promise you made, the more they will be loyal to you, and the relationship will be that much strengthened. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the bottom line is, again, I've been teaching the productivity people, for an experienced agent, there's basically, it should be 3 things that you're focused on right now. Okay. Just 3 things. Let's keep it super simple. 1 should probably take about, let's say in your situation, based on what I know about your business, I would say that it should probably be about 40% in your database.
Okay.
Adding people to your database, getting updated or confirming information in your database, making sure they are on nurtures and smart plans, and you have their birthday and
yeah,
all that stuff, right?
And
Gotta
work on all
that
that.
knows you should be in the database. Period.
Yeah, I did that. I did the PySync, and I pulled over a long time ago. Somehow I did it from Facebook. I pulled all my Facebook contacts years ago into my database, and then I pulled all my database from my Gmail into my PySync, and then the command. So I've got
make sure that all that is organized and tagged properly, and if you haven't touched them, touch them.
I'm about to get serious with my tags too. That's one of my major goals.
Good.
I think that, I mean, that's so advantageous to have those tags done.
If you allow
properly.
me to hold you accountable through this program, Jenny, I will make sure you do tagging. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next thing is you should also be spending, I would say, in your case, I would probably spend about 30% of the time learning. So learning is learning how to use Zoom, for example. Do you have a Zoom account?
I'm on it.
I know you're on it, but do you have an account that like you could use?
I do, but I don't know how to use it. I mean, yes, I do have a Zoom account. So I do have a Zoom account.
You need to learn that, because more than likely any buyer and seller presentations, you're going to need to use Zoom to pull.
Bill, that's such a good point. I have a friend, and she and I are going to try to Zoom each other. I'm going to Zoom her.
Good. And I want you to practice things that you would need in the real estate space, right?
Like
for example, all right, Joe, I'm going to share my screen with you so I can show you the 3 homes that look as close to your home as possible. And we're going to put it together right now.
I did not know you could do that.
Right? You could share your screen. Right? So we want to make sure that you get some practice in that. Right? You might want to get some practice in a listing appointment over Zoom, or a buyer presentation over Zoom, or an offer presentation over Zoom.
Okay.
Sharing the screen, making sure that you can be in an environment that, is, kind of a professional background and all that kind of stuff, right? That
when you share an offer, how do you do that? You share the screen?
You can.
And what screen are you in? Just the actual offer?
No, it gives, once you hit share a screen, it gives you an option of like what other window you want to share.
And you would just share the paperwork or whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can look at it together, just like you were belly to belly.
Wow, right? That's cool.
So you're going to need to, this is going to be a tool. I mean, hopefully we'll go back to normal, but normal is going to look a little different. And
I love it. I think it's great.
And
it's an
people
opportunity.
are going to use Zoom like crazy. And you want to be proficient with that tool.
Yes.
Because if you know how to use Zoom, you're going to naturally want to use it more, right? So you might call some old clients and say, hey, I'm, obviously we're all adjusting to using Zoom. You want to just do a 5-minute quick call with me on Zoom?
I thought about teaching my older clients that, let's say I have, 10 or so. Yeah. I thought about Zooming with them, teach them how to play categories or Yahtzee or something, where they could learn how to Zoom with their grandchildren.
Yeah. Or go over to their house and install Zoom for them.
That's what I'm talking about. Go over there and talk to them and say, let me show, I've had so much fun. I've been playing so-and-so with somebody, and it's so much fun. I should come over and set up, show you how to do all this. And then we'll have a practice time where I'll call you and then, and keep talking and then do the.
So practice using the tools, right? So a third of your time is going to be spent learning. So that's learning how to use the tools, learning how to use command, watching the productivity coaching videos, watching the Zooms on, Facebook Lives and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you're going to need to spend a little time with your current clients. But if you take, okay, I got 6 hours that I'm going to be working today. I'm going to spend a portion of it finding business, a portion of it working the business I already got, and a portion learning. And the more control you have over your time and your schedule, the more efficient and productive you're going to be. Because we all know that, well, you tell me if you think I'm wrong. The more accountability you have, the increased likelihood you're going to have of hitting your goals, right?
Oh, for sure. And I think that what I'm learning, all this stuff that I'm learning, the accountability, is to get me set up for success 3 months from now, 6 months from now, all that, so I can just continue to grow and not just pivot or shift or something and react, but like this is a lot of long-term
change
from that's going to get us equipped.
Right. I mean, I could see ourselves in the future. Let's say you're my buyer. I gotta hop off in just a second, but let's say you're my buyer, Jenny, and you're looking for a 4-bed, 2.5-bath home in Woodstock that's priced between $350 and $400, and it needs to be in a swim and tennis community, right? And I send you all the homes that are in that data or that criteria, right? And there's 25 homes that are available. And then you look at the pictures and you send me 8 of them that you might like to quote unquote see, right? I think the days are over of me driving you in and out of all those homes.
Oh yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is then I would send probably a text to all of the listing agents and say, send me the video, right? And the video would be like a virtual tour, not just like this picture, then this picture, then this picture with music playing like old school, but like a real walkthrough of the property, ideally to replace the showing. So then then we get the videos and I say, all right, Jenny, hop on Zoom with me. We're going to watch all the videos together. And as soon as we see something in the video that doesn't fit the criteria we've established, we're going to nix it. Then we're going to go see our 1 or 2 favorites, and we're going to go under contract within an hour. See what I'm saying?
That's so cool.
Now, us agents, we pretty much pivoted immediately to use this technology. A lot of the public doesn't even really know that. I mean, they're not fluent in this technology so much. So you're like, hey, you want to do a little presentation over Zoom? And they're like, what's Zoom? Or they're like, oh yeah, I haven't tried that yet. Or I didn't know you could share a screen, just like you, right? Say, oh, you can share a screen. Let me show you, right? You could do virtual home buyer seminars. You could do virtual investment seminars.
That's a great idea.
You could do just about anything. You could put your kids in front of somebody else's kids and have a play date. Right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is about, I did not know that about sharing the screen. I mean, I hadn't thought about all that.
Yeah. So I've got a 1 o'clock session that I need to hop off for, but I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Jenny, I am available at around 3:30 if you want to learn a little bit more about the program. I would love to work with you, and I'll give you a shout. Or why don't you just click on this link at 3:30?
Okay, thank you, Bill.
And we can spend a little bit more time together, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Very welcome, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.